Daizen Maeda has been in the headlines again, as he's constantly linked with a move away from the club. We will discuss this in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Reports linking Celtic with Japanese fullback Keita Kasugi have stepped up this week. Djurgården's manager Jani Honkavara has broken his silence on the growing speculation. The Swedish club boss confirmed that there has been serious attention on the 19-year-old defender, though he insists there have been no talks or formal bids at this stage. The left-back position has been a key area for Celtic this window. With the impending farewell of Greg Taylor departing to Greece, Celtic will be looking to bring in a top-quality left-back. Left-back cover will be crucial going into next season so that the club can manage the minutes of injury-prone Kieran Tierney. Kasugi has impressed in Sweden's Allsvenskan since joining Djurgården in January. His performances have not gone unnoticed, with Celtic reportedly monitoring his progress as Brendan Rodgers looks to strengthen his defensive options ahead of a demanding domestic and European campaign. Jani Honkavara said, "When we had a good season in Europe, there was a lot of interest. He's a good player, and if we lose him, we have to find a replacement." Celtic are likely to face competition from all over Europe for the signature of the highly rated left-back, with the deal expected to cost the club over $5 million. Kasugi fits the profile Celtic have targeted in recent years. Young, technically gifted, and with high upside. Whether the Hoops make a move remains to be seen, but Djurgården are bracing for approaches. Now, for the main story, Brentford are reportedly interested in Daizen Maeda, with the Celtic forward attracting renewed interest despite publicly signalling his desire to stay in Glasgow. The Japanese international is currently in talks over a new deal with the Scottish champions, but no agreement has been announced. Those talks were meant to start before the season ended, with Brendan Rodgers confirming the reports. But the uncertainty has opened the door for potential suitors, with the Premier League side reportedly weighing up a move. Reports suggest Brentford's new boss Keith Andrews sees Maeda as part of a major summer rebuild following Thomas Frank's move to Tottenham, replacing the man who brought Maeda to Celtic. The London club are said to be considering their valuation before making a formal offer, but it's claimed an imminent bid hasn't been ruled out. Maeda has previously made it clear he enjoys life at Celtic, saying, "I really enjoyed playing in the Champions League this season. I am excited to try it again this upcoming season. It helped me improve." That hasn't stopped the transfer chatter, with interest from England and even Turkey, where Mourinho's Fenerbahce were reportedly quoted £21 million for the winger. Rodgers will be desperate to keep one of his most prolific attacking players, and Celtic's intent to renew his deal shows how highly he's valued. But with serious money being talked, the Hoops may soon have a decision to make. In other news, Chris Sutton has delivered a strong message to Celtic as the club continues its summer transfer business. The former Celtic striker warned that a lack of urgency could prove costly ahead of the Champions League playoffs. Writing in his Daily Record column, Sutton voiced his concerns over the direction of Celtic's recruitment. His main concern is the over-reliance on planning for the future, rather than preparing a squad capable of handling the Champions League qualifiers just weeks away. While Celtic have made early moves in the market, bringing in Swedish winger Benjamin Nygren and Kieran Tierney, Sutton believes that the club still needs more to meet the demands of a tough European schedule. Sutton wrote this: "Brendan Rodgers could not have been any clearer about the impressive impact last summer's pre-season work had on the way Celtic stylishly set about their business. Fast forward 12 months, and I'd say it's even more important this time around. Which is why I can understand some edginess that has been creeping into supporters as time ticks past, with noise on the signing front remaining relatively quiet. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's at full volume in the background as Rodgers' recruitment team set about delivering the quality he wants. Benjamin Nygren's sealed deal says as much. A positive sign. I feel like I say this every year, but there really is no time to waste, especially not this time with the scepter of the Champions League qualifiers being back," he concluded. Sutton's comments follow a pattern of concern that has grown louder across the Celtic fan base, with many supporters questioning whether lessons have been learned from previous European exits. With the playoffs looming, the pressure is now on the Celtic hierarchy to back Rodgers with signings that can make an immediate impact on the squad. There are still plenty of links floating around Celtic, from attackers right through to defenders. Callum Osman's signing is set to be confirmed soon. The Welsh striker, singing from the Premier League 2, has already completed his medical and had a tour of Lennox Town. In other news, Celtic's preparations for the 2025 to 2026 season are officially underway as the first group of players return to Lennoxtown on Friday. It was a more understated start to pre-season, with the majority of returning players made up of youth prospects and those not involved in international duty over the summer. Among the senior faces back early was skipper Callum McGregor, who is relishing a rare extended rest after retiring from Scotland duty following last summer's Euros disappointment in Germany. McGregor said this: "It's been a long summer, longer than what I am used to anyway, but over the last few days you are just eager to get back in and get back on it. You always have that excitement about what a new season can bring with the opportunities and possibilities, so it's nice to get away, refresh and take stock a little bit. Once you drive through the gate this morning, you are back to work and the serious stuff starts now, so we're looking forward to it," he concluded. The squad were put through a light session on Friday, but will begin full double sessions from Saturday onward. Celtic's first friendly is set for Friday evening against Queen's Park at the City Stadium, with tickets for Celtic fans selling out. It's the opening match in a packed pre-season calendar, which also includes glamour ties against the likes of Newcastle United, Ajax and Sporting CP, as the Hoops prepare for another tilt at domestic and European silverware. Celtic will look to be up to speed by the time the start of the season rolls around. They start with St Mirren at home before travelling to Pittodrie. They'll play a Champions League knockout tie either side of the home match to Livingston before travelling to the south side for the first Glasgow derby of the season at the end of August. Lastly, Wolverhampton Wanderers have emerged as strong contenders to secure the services of Jeremy Toljan this summer. With the Sassuolo right-back out of contract in Italy, Wolves coach Vitor Pereira is said to view Toljan as the ideal low-cost replacement for Nelson Semedo, and contractual discussions have already begun with Sassuolo. It's reported that Wolves' interest is serious, but they may face a race against Genoa, who are also keen on snapping up the 30-year-old German. Fans will be familiar with the name after spending 6 months on loan at Celtic back in 2019. It's quite a surprising link, it must be said. A Premier League side, replacing their right-back, who started 34 league games last term, with a not-so-young Serie B free agent. Arriving in the final hours of Brendan Rodgers' transfer window, Toljan took a wage cut to make the loan happen. His Parkhead debut impressed, calm on the ball, excellent close control and balance, but the promise he showed wasn't sustained throughout his stay. A red card against Valencia in the Europa League was one of a few shaky moments, and he ultimately failed to solidify the right-back role at Celtic. Now back in Italy and near the end of his contract, Toljan may finally be ready for a fresh start. Wolves could offer him a chance in the Premier League, but with Genoa waiting in the wings, an intense endgame is underway. What are your thoughts on these? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to the channel for more Celtic content.